been playing GTA for a while now, and it's safe to say that I've done Cayo Prico many times. So by this point, I know how to get in and out without being spotted and by getting a decent amount of money. There are a lot of different ways to do the Cayo Prico heist, but today I will only be showing you the easiest way that I know on how to do it. You can do it alone or you can do it with a friend. And if you have a problem with me being a girl, then that's just your problem, not mine. Anyways, without further ado, here's your guide for the Cayo Prico heist. And I'm sorry if I'm getting the name wrong, by the way. Now, before doing any heist, you're always going to have to do the preparation. And in this guide, I have the approach vehicle as the submarine and the weapons as the marksman. The rest will be depending on what the main item is that you'll get for the heist. And disruption you won't need to do because you won't be alerting any guards. One of the first things that you'll need to do for the heist is actually to gather intel, and that can be a very annoying process as you have to maneuver around the map without the guards seeing you. One of the first things to know is if your partner and you get caught at the same time, if you're working with another person, then unfortunately you will be kicked off the map, and then you'll have to start again, which is extremely annoying. So you definitely don't want to be doing that. You and or your partner are going to be here when you first gather the intel, and there is a bike right here that you can actually grab. Unfortunately, the bike only has one seat, which means only one of you can actually go and gather the intel. Whoever's going is going to be off-roading all the way down here. To get to the point of where I'm recording and to avoid any guards, you have to go this way. And by this point, you want to be really careful on where the guards are looking. This one specifically moves a lot, so you want to wait for him to look away from the gate to actually go through. Vehicles with people in them can also come through, so make sure to avoid them. And those drivers are all around the map as well, so you want to make sure that you're looking at your map most of the time. Once you're through the gate, you want to come down here and wait for this guy to either turn this way or this way. There's only two ways that he faces. Either way, you're going to want to come round him. And you only really want to do it after he turns around. If you're doing it whilst he's been turned around for a while, it's probably not a good idea. From that point on, you can go straight to the intel and just run in the path if you so wanted to. Just make sure to avoid the security cameras, and also, as always, to make sure to avoid the drivers. Once you're to the tower, just find the box that you need and put in the code. The code's pretty easy. You just need to match up all of the lines with the actual number that's on top of the screen. After you're done, just get yourself caught by the guards, and then you can go back with your friend to Los Santos. After you get back, you want to do the rest of the prep. Now, there's not really much that I can say about the prep that's going to make it any easier for you than it already is, apart from when you're doing the submarine. When you're doing the prep for the submarine, you will have to go to the Merryweather test site, in where you will die about 1,000 different times, and the only thing that I can suggest to you about that is to bring a lot of food. You're going to need it.
I don't get nervous, but I'm starting to get a bit shaky, you know?
After you've done all the weapons and equipment, we are now onto the final stage, the actual heist itself. First, I'll show you how to do it with a friend, and then second, I'll show you how to do it alone. With two people, you're going to need 2 key cards and possibly a key. You don't need it, but it's always lucky if you've got it because it makes things so much easier. Now, first, you want to kill that guy, and then you want to come back over with your friend down to the 2 guards that are in the corner. Then you want to kill them both in synchrony. If you don't do it in sync, then they're going to set off the alarm. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be as quickly as possible. If they don't have the key, you're going to need to reset this whole situation. Make sure the guy over here isn't looking at your direction, otherwise that's going to be another problem. Then you're going to run over into this corner, and you need to wait for them not to actually look over in this direction. If this guy is walking over to you, it's too late. You need to wait for him to turn back round in his rotation. And if the skull guy's there, you're also going to have to wait. Once they've done their rotation downwards, you're going to run over here and take a left. Once you're in this area, you need to kill this guy. But before you do that, you need to wait for another guy behind, right here, to do his rotation upwards in the map, because if he doesn't do that, then they're going to hear the next kill that you do. You have to wait for this guy to actually walk into your viewpoint to actually kill him, and if you don't do it right, then he'll see you and then he'll set off the alarm. So you need to do it quickly. I pointed my gun when I did mine, but if you don't actually point your gun until he comes in view, then it will be easier to shoot him if you don't actually know how to focus on somebody that well. Now, if you don't have the key already, then either you or your partner is going to have to do this hack, whilst the other gets the safe and the key card that's in this room as well. The fingerprint hack, you just have to match the fingerprint that's on this side with this side. It's easy enough if you get used to it. There's nothing that I can say that will make it faster, you just have to match it with the other. Once you're in the basement, if there's anything valuable like gold or anything that's in this side here, then I would suggest going with your friend to open that part as well with the key card first before going to the jewels or the bearer bonds. They can get all the valuables whilst you get the big stuff, or the other way around, it doesn't really matter. Right, if you are going to go for the jewels, then it's easy peasy. You just hold RT until it gets really, really high up on this bar here, and then just let go until it goes all the way to the bottom. It's a really easy, simple way to do it. The first time I did this, I had no idea what I was doing. I wasn't doing that. I was making sure that it went nowhere near the red, and it took me a while, so don't do that. Bearer bonds is just a code that Pavel sends you. It's pretty easy to get into. Just do the exact same code as he sent and you'll be fine. Depending on what route you've taken, you just go back the way that you came, and here's where you start getting all the stuff with the key cards. First off, going to this one, do the usual with the key cards, do it in sync. And then once you're in, you want to be looking for gold and paintings. Go for the cash last if you still got part of your bag remaining, but until then, only pick up gold and paintings. After you've done that first one, then you want to come all the way back down to where you spawned, and then where we killed the first guy, you want to go up there and then open that door. Most of the time you'll be done by now, but there is a third one that you'll sometimes need to go in if you want more, because sometimes there's just cash in these two, and then there's gold in the third one. The third one's a bit harder to get to, but you should be fine. You'll have to wait for this guard to be here and make sure that the skull isn't nearby that area, because otherwise you're going to have some really, really big problems. As long as the place over there is clean, you can go over there and grab the stuff that you want. Now, when you have the key, you're going to have to come through this gate and run past before the guards see you, because if they see you, it's not going to end up well. Once you run over, don't casually just walk up the stairs. You want to jump over this area, because then they're not going to see you. Your friend needs to wait over here in the meantime to wait for the guard to go inside of the gate area, and then you can both shoot at them at the same time. Now once you've done that, go upstairs and kill the other guy, and then you'll be free to leave with your friend. Now if you think you can't kill that top guy, yes you have to, because if you don't, then they're gonna see you once you get out, because he's literally on the viewpoint of where you need to leave, so he's gonna see you. Once you're finally out, all you need to do is just go to the left, just keep on running until you find the closest body of water, and you're out. The heist is done. If you're doing it by yourself, then you pretty much do the exact same thing, you just don't need the key cards, so you won't need to worry about that. And you won't even need to worry about the keys either, because I already explained how you get through there.
You lying bitch. She is lying like a mother.
Okay, I actually forgot until this point to show you how to do it without the key. So, here we go. I actually mess up on this run, so you're not really going to get the full thing, but I'll try and explain it in as much detail as possible. Now, there's two guys up here that you'll want to kill. It doesn't really matter which way you do it, just as long as it's away from the camera. I fail on this, so don't mind that. But the next part is killing this guy over here, which you need him to be facing your way, and as long as you're not in the blue cone that they have looking towards you, then you will be fine as long as you kill him first try. And after that, you can pretty much do the same thing as usual, just run over there. You might want to kill the guy that comes over towards that body just to make sure it doesn't get found, but apart from that, you'll be fine. Just a few little differences, like you having to kill this guy, and you have to kill him sort of away from the gate, but not through that area, otherwise he's gonna be heard by other people. Also, with the very beginning, with killing these two, you'll have to do it by yourself. Just point at one of them, kill them, and then let go of your trigger, push it back onto the other guy, and they're both pretty much dead. If you're too worried about it, then you don't exactly need to kill these two. You just need to run around this corner once this guy's gone, and then you'll be fine.
Right, I'll put the helipad over there. I'll put my Olympic-sized swimming pool over there, the 5-bed mansion.
Obviously, you'll get a significantly less amount going alone because you won't be able to open the extra places that need keycards. But apart from that, you're all good. There's nothing else that I should need to teach you. If you have any other questions, just ask me in the comments, but you know. Now go rewatch the video and get confused because you keep on dying. And have a bit of fun with it as well, because if you get too annoyed about it, it's never going to happen. It's going to take a little bit of time for you guys because you haven't done it multiple times. Even with a guide, that's not going to help you. The only thing that's going to help you is practice. So if you do end up doing the Elite Challenge the first time you do this Cayo Prico heist, please tell me what your secrets are. Anyways, I hope this video helped you with your lovely Cayo Prico heist. If you're interested in any other games like Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite, or Marvel Rivals, or even Genshin. I've been doing Genshin recently, and The Sims, and yeah, the point is, I do loads of other games. If you're interested, have a look at my channel, and I will see you in the next one.